早上好，中国. Welcome to my first video. I'm now in a little unknown town called Ganshui. This town is only 80 kilometers away from the mega city Chongqing. Yeah, the one with dazzling night views and skyscrapers. But this town still looks like how China was 20 years ago. Let's check it out. Ganshui sits amid the mountains on the border of Chongqing and Guizhou. 3 rivers converge here, and 14 bridges have been built along just 2 kilometers of the river stretch, making it one of the places with the densest concentration of bridges in China. Its history dates back to the 11th century, when the Song dynasty court established a military fortress here, and people gradually settled down in this area. During World War II, when Chongqing served as a temporary capital, Ganshui transported large quantities of military personnel and supplies via Sichuan-Guizhou Railway. It was a crucial transportation node connecting the rear area of the Wall of Resistance against Japan to the front lines. At the same time, thanks to its advantage of being a remote location, arms factories and machinery factories were set up here, producing a large number of weapons and equipment. But today, the small town is gradually declining. Young people have left for big cities, and old railway station is overgrown with weeds, and only the bridges stand quietly, guarding the stories that time cannot easily erase. The first moment I got off the bus, I caught a mix of spices and fertilizer. It's a specific smell you may get in a lot of rural parts in China. The city feels like it's frozen in the early 2000s. Just look around these apartment blocks around here. When I was a little kid, residential buildings with these blue and green windows, anti-theft grills were very common. I just found a very interesting phenomenon. Many places have both policeman contact information and also some illegal advertisement, such as license forging service. It's an advertisement for treating sexually transmitted diseases. There is a card and chess room downstairs and a residential building upstairs. The corridor is very dark and damp. It's very hard to imagine what's it like to live here. Well, here you can also hear the whistle of the train. License forging service. Wow, the wall is made of red blocks. It's a very old residential building. Look at these messy pipes and wires here. The natural gas pipes are just hanging outside the wall. Living in a house like this, you don't get any sun all year round. Let's keep going. Well, an abandoned room. Look at this room. The bits of wall are peeling off, and the cobwebs are all over the fan. It might be a traditional Chinese medicine clinic. Look at the prescription on the wall. There is dust all over the chairs. Let's go upstairs. Oh, somebody's close. There is someone may live here. On the top floor, I noticed the door is open, but I didn't want to intrude without permission. From the clothes hung outside, it must be home to an elderly woman living alone. I can't help wondering what makes them willing to stay in this dim, rundown old house. Let's live here. I still remember the time when I went over to my grandma's home. She lived in a house like this when I was a child. I took a long nap in the afternoon and woke up with the sunlight shining through the green windows, casting its hazy light on the wall. Now seeing this again, it's all like a dream. In China, the millennium era began in the 1990s when the economy started to take off and ended around 2010 with the rise of the internet. Buildings with these blue windows are a key feature of the millennium era in China. Cobalt oxide was added during the glass-making process, giving it a blue or green hue. Not only was it cheap to produce, but it also filtered out harsh sunlight, keeping the interiors cooler. The old houses in Ganshui town remind me of that hazy afternoon from my childhood, when the smell of old wood hanging in the air, a time when everything was so carefree and full of hope. This is just where the three rivers meet. It's dry season now, so the stone banks are exposed. When the rainy season comes, the embankments down there will be submerged. There is a railway bridge in the distance. Trains pass by occasionally. When there's no train, people can walk on it. Okay, let's go back to the town. Back in town, I want to find a high place to overlook the whole town, and then I saw an alley. I found a secret path. Where does it lead? Let's see it. The noise of street gradually faded. Between the rows of old houses, a stone staircase led to the depths of the town. A small hillside has been leveled, and several residential buildings have been constructed on it, with a concrete embankment nearby to prevent landslides. It's the back of the residential buildings. Look at these anti-theft grills. 30 years ago, theft was rampant, so people put this up. But they made it impossible to escape when there was fire, so now they have escape hatches on them. Let's keep going. As I climbed up the steps, the surroundings got quieter and quieter. Occasionally, A pedestrian would pass by, and I even worried that speaking would break the tranquility. This house was abandoned before it was even finished. Weeds are growing all over the walls. This might have been where students had classes. After classes, they'd play right here. Look at these long stools and the blackboard. Now, the kids have all grown up and left home, leaving just an empty courtyard and a peeling blackboard. Above the steps is the only school in the town. I'm going to go and take a look. This slogan teaches people about food safety and staying away from cults and preventing infectious diseases. Kids haven't finished school yet. Painted on the building are the propaganda words. Please rest assured, party. We are here to strengthen the nation. By 5 p.m., parents gradually come to pick up their kids, and the chatter of adults and the vendors' cries on the street. Everything is exactly as it was in my childhood. Sun is setting. I'm going to check out the old train station of the town. The old railway station is on the other side of the river, so I have to go through the railway bridge. Here you can hear a continuous alarm sound. This tunnel is called Ganshui tunnel, and it has a history of about 50 years. When you stand at the exit, you can feel a constant cool breeze. So many people come here to play cards at the tunnel entrance sometimes. Well, these cement slabs look really thin. If I fall, I definitely dead. Look at the old houses. They're like a vertical beehive with dense windows, balconies, and an external network of staircases, as well as intricate water pipes. Unlike today's residential buildings that pursue smooth facades and unified styles, This shows their functional structure and living conditions without reservation. Turn left and you will see the old railway station. Look at the large area of abandoned railway tracks. Freight trains used to unload here, then store the goods in the warehouse. Now, this warehouse is abandoned. The lock is rusted. Ganshui Railway Station, built in 1959, is a key station on the Sichuan-Guizhou Railway. During its prime, 90 trains departed from here daily. Since the high-speed railway opened in 2018, the Sichuan-Guizhou Railway has gradually become a freight-only line, with only 2 commuter trains remaining to facilitate travel for residents along the road. After getting off the train, the residents return to the town via the railway bridge I came over earlier. Currently, only the railway on the far right is in operation. Today I'm very lucky. The train is coming. And the loudspeaker is notifying people to be careful for the train. I can already hear the whistle of the train. Oh, train is coming. This will be. It stops. Behind the warehouse is the office of clerks. Now it looks abandoned. It's a toilet. Nobody lives here. Parts of the wall covering have cracked and peeled off.